tool for residents to report storm-related issues by uploading geotagged photos. This can include blocked roads, landslides, and urgent need for evacuation, supplies, or medicine. The photos will help emergency services respond faster and more accurately to specific locations. The website is live right now at report.buncombecounty.org. Please use this to report for emergency services only. Again, it's report.buncombecounty.org. You'll take a photo with your phone, upload it to the website, and the geocode attached to that photo will tell emergency services where you are posting that photo from, so we can get supplies, materials, and emergency support to you. Do not use the take photo or video option because that will not transmit the location information. You need to take a photo, upload the photo, and that geocoded location information will be transmitted to our emergency services personnel. I'll now turn it over to County Manager Avril Pender.
Thanks, Lillian. Good morning. As of 9 a.m. this morning, there remain 74,293 customers without power. Go to DukeEnergyUpdates.com. That is DukeEnergyUpdates, one word, .com for the latest update on their outage. Asheville Buncombe Air Quality Agency encourages residents to wait at least 3 days to let materials dry out before burning, as that will help reduce emissions. Be sure to be at least 15 feet away from structures and in 3-foot piles. Open burning of leaves, brush, and yard trimming is permitted on burning days between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. To find out if it's a burn day, check abairquality.org, abairquality.org, or call 828-250-6767. Again, 828-250-6767. You are allowed to burn anywhere that does not receive public yard waste pickup. The burning of household trash, building materials, asphalt materials, cardboard, processed wood, and paper is always prohibited. Again, that is household trash, building materials, asphalt materials, cardboard, processed wood, and paper is always prohibited. Burning is not allowed in the city of Asheville, the towns of Biltmore Forest, Black Mountain, Montreux, Weaverville, or Woodfin. So no burning in municipal limits. Our landfill is open today until 1 p.m. Reminder that our transfer station at Harmony Creek remains closed until further notice. Food and water distribution sites are open until 7 p.m. or supplies run out. Please bring containers to refill water. These sites are William Estes Elementary School and Overlook Road, Sandhill Elementary School, Sandhill School Road, North Windy Ridge Intermediate School on Dawn Road in Weaverville, Fairview Elementary School, Charlotte Highway, Fairview, Black Mountain Ingalls, NC9, 550 NC9 in Black Mountain, King Creek Middle School, Lower Brush Creek Road in Felcher, Lester Elementary School on Gilbert Road in Lester. Sites in Asheville are Asheville Middle School, Lucy Herring Elementary School, Shiloh Community Center, and Pat Square Park. Now we'll turn it over to Jessica Silva with Buncombe County Environmental Health.
Good morning. Today I'm going to share information about well water safety, food service establishments, and child care centers. Environmental health is working to make sure flooded wells or wells that were damaged during the storm provide safe water for your use at home. Environmental health would like to provide you with information on the risk of wells that may have been flooded or damaged in the storm. A flooded well is a well where water was over the top of the well at any point during the storm. Your well may have also received structural damage. If your well was either damaged or flooded during the storm, you must disinfect the well. Directions for disinfecting your well can be found at www.buncombecounty.org/EH. Again, that's buncombecounty.org/EH. Once your well has been disinfected, please call 828-250-5016, and we will have someone come and collect your water sample. Being without water is hard, and we are all being creative when it comes to flushing. So we ask that you consider putting a filled 2-liter bottle in the back of your toilet. This will reduce the amount of water that's needed for each flush. Also, you can think of ways that you can reuse water. For example, after you wash dishes, pour the dishwater into the back of your toilet for future flushing. At this time, we advise not to use water from rivers, creeks, or streams due to contamination from the storm. Our community has stepped up, and our food service establishments have opened their doors to provide free meals to our residents in need. Environmental health staff is visiting food service establishments and providing information to operators on how they can reopen for business as safely and as quickly as possible. Establishments can call or text 828-772-2820. Again, that number for establishments to call to request an assessment is 828-772-2820, or you may email ehrequest@buncombecounty.org and include restaurant in the subject line. We also recognize members of our community need to get back to work. And to do that, child care centers will need to reopen. Operators should reach out to their licensed child care consultant for guidance. At this time, I will pass it off to Mary Ann Tierney with FEMA.
Good morning. I'm Mary Ann Tierney. I'm the National Incident Management Assistance Team Lead assigned here in Buncombe County. Again, our thoughts are with everybody that is still recovering and responding to the storm. This is a long road, and FEMA will be with you every step of the way. I want to provide some updates that will help you on the road to recovery. First of all, life safety remains our top priority. Search and rescue is still ongoing throughout the county. And so we ask that you be mindful of our first responders working alongside the roads and ensure that if you are driving, to drive safely to ensure that they can continue their critical life safety mission. To date, FEMA has received over 27,000 applications, which have been approved, and has provided over $27 million statewide. Specifically in Buncombe County, 14,000 applications have been approved, and over $12 million has been dispersed to disaster survivors. This is critical assistance that will help people with immediate needs, as well as displacement assistance that helps them if they can't stay in their home. So with that, I encourage you to register for disaster assistance if you have not done so. You can register by calling 800-621-FEMA or going to disasterassistance.gov. Disasterassistance.gov is all one word. If you are unable, because of your communication connectivity issues, to register online or via telephone, you can visit our disaster survivor assistance teams, which are out in the community today. We will have teams at the WNC Ag Center at 1801 Fanning Bridge Road. We'll also have people at Pack Square Park at 80 Court Plaza, the A&B Tech Community College at 340 Victoria Road, as well as the Black Mountain Pod at 310 East State Street. In addition to these disaster survivor assistance teams that will be at these specific locations, we will also be canvassing in the communities of Emma and Woodfin today. We will be canvassing additional communities in the coming days. And so again, just in summary, I encourage you, if you have not registered for disaster assistance, to do so. It is the first step in the recovery process, and we can provide immediate relief in terms of serious needs assistance to replace food, water, medicines, other life safety critical items, as well as displacement assistance if you cannot stay in your home. Again, you can register by calling 800-621-FEMA or disasterassistance.gov, or visiting one of the sites with our disaster assistance survivor teams. Thank you.
Before we turn to taking questions from community, want to make sure there are a lot of phone numbers that were shared today. The best phone number to remember is 250-6100. That's our call center. It operates 24/7. Those call center operators have this information and can get you to the right people. I know there are a lot of phone numbers shared, but if you call 250-6100 to our call center, our folks will get you to the right place, and we'll make sure that you get your needs taken care of that way. And so at this time, we will turn it open to questions from members of the media. Do we have any questions in the chat?
We have a question for Marianne that came in at last night's briefing we weren't able to address. Is there any kind of assistance? Is there any kind of assistance program for renters who rent mobile homes that have been damaged?
Yes, you can call and register and you would receive serious needs assistance. So again, I encourage all people who have been affected by the storm to register by calling online, calling 800-621-FEMA, registering online at disasterassistance.gov, or visiting with one of our disaster survivor assistance teams.
Hey, it's Laura Lee at BPR.
Another follow-up question. Is there specific help for undocumented immigrant victims of the disaster?
Our assistance to undocumented immigrants is limited. However, if a dependent in the household is a legal permanent resident or citizen, then the household may be eligible for assistance. And the way to determine that would be to register, and then we can work through those individual cases.
Hey, it's Laura at BPR. Marianne, I had a question about the boots on the ground.
We have additional questions?
Can you not hear me? Can you hear me?
Anything in the chat? Angelica?
I believe we had someone asking a question. Laura, we can't.
We're not able to hear Laura. Laura, if you could add your question to the chat. Laura Lee from Blue Ridge Public Radio asks, how many boots are on the ground from FEMA?
Bigger than FEMA, I will say we have 1,300 emergency responders on the ground right now from agencies across the country, including the Fire Department of New York. You'll see their trucks outside, but we have crews from across the country who are here, and that number is more than 1,300. FEMA may be able to provide a specific FEMA-related number of individuals here. Do we have a number from FEMA?
We can get you an exact number. It's currently over 3,000 federal responders are on the ground in North Carolina. So we will, but we can get a precise number.
Additional questions? Looks like there are no other questions in the chat. Oh, there's a question coming in.
This question is for environmental health. Other than hand sanitizers, what can people do to help with personal hygiene?
Personal hygiene question.
You can use gloves for personal hygiene. People can use gloves if they're preparing food. They can certainly use hand washing, use hand sanitizer. In addition to that, if you have a way to heat water, wash your hands as often as you can. Again, once you use that water, use it to put it in the back of your toilet to reuse water as much as you can. We know hand sanitizer is the next best option to being able to wash your hands all the time.
Follow-up question to that is about foodborne pathogens and other illnesses like norovirus. Given our sanitation limitations, do you have any advice?
And I would use hand sanitizer, wash your hands as often as possible. I think we need to go back to the pre-COVID, the COVID days when we greeted each other with elbows and speaking versus shaking hands. I would definitely recommend washing your hands as often as possible. That is the #1 way to prevent foodborne illness.
Thank you, Jessica.
I have one last one, and this one's specifically about restaurants. Is there a way for people to know which restaurants have received approval or advice from county officials? How will we know when it's safe to go out to eat?
We are making visits. We started yesterday, actually, making visits to establishments just to make sure those that are operating safely and have an adequate supply of water, or are using a backup water emergency plan that the state has approved. So those places have been given permission. Some places have been given permission to reopen either from us or by way of the state section of environmental health. Other establishments, we are making those visits as quickly as we possibly can. We'll be working all throughout the weekend to get those visits made. At this time, we do not have a resource where residents can go to verify that we have made a visit. We can look at adding something to our website. So more to come on that.
That looks like it's all of the questions that we've received. We will be back here at 4 p.m. today for our next community briefing. And then again tomorrow at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. For our community briefings. And so we will provide further updates as they're available at that time. And so we thank you all for tuning in and stay strong. Thank you.